You may have heard about it, the metric system wars between Britain and the United States, a conflict over which measurement system is superior. If you were born and raised in the US, like me, then you probably use the imperial system daily. But if you live in most of the world, you're part of the metric majority. We've compared these to systems before. But what if I told you the true metric system wars begin long before America or France even entered the picture? Well, grab your weapons of math destruction because we're going to break the cipher behind the biggest battles of the metric system wars. Hello and welcome to my channel. Now, if you've watched this channel before, you know we love to explore how math is all around us. But did you know it can take you places too? Like learning about one of the greatest mathematicians of all time. You can do that through Brilliance courses. They offer courses in math, science, and engineering. So whether you want to brush up on your algebra or learn more about artificial intelligence, they have something for everyone. All their courses have interactive modules that will test your understanding along the way. It makes learning easy, fun, and convenient for everyone. Now back to the metric system wars. In the early 20th century, a new type of warfare raged across Europe, a battle of wits where the weapon of choice was mathematics. But instead of tanks and fighter jets, the battlefield was paper, while bullets couldn't pierce its armor. It was up to one man and his team to crack the code and change the course of history. Let's meet the silent soldiers who waged the first metric system war. In the grim darkness of World War II Britain, a group of cryptanalysts faced an almost impossible task. Their mission? Decipher the encrypted messages of the German military using an Enigma machine. What they didn't know was that their work would lead to the shortening of the war, saving countless lives and changing the world forever. Our story begins with the Germans. During World War II, the Germans used a code-making machine called Enigma. This machine was a masterpiece of engineering and could make billions of letter combinations every day. The British called it the Beast, and for good reason. It was so advanced that to most people it looked unbreakable. But the British High Command knew they had to try. They created a secret team led by the brilliant mathematician and logician Alan Matheson Turing to crack the Enigma code. The team worked in complete secrecy, knowing that if the Germans found out what they were doing, it could put them all at great risk. Working tirelessly, they examined captured German equipment, studied manuals, and observed enemy communications. Slowly but surely, they uncovered clues that would help them break the code. The Enigma machine worked by rotating a series of letters according to complex algorithms, making it nearly impossible to decode messages without the correct settings. However, the team discovered that every code had one weakness: human error. Even the best operators made mistakes, such as missing letters or typing them incorrectly, which gave the code breakers just enough of a foothold to start turning the tide of the war. They began by building a replica of the Enigma machine, which they called the borne. This machine allowed them to input potential settings and see if they matched the intercepted messages. The team also developed techniques to analyze the patterns of the German language, narrowing down the possibilities. But this process was slow and tedious. Enter Alan Turing. Realizing the need for a faster solution, Turing designed an electromechanical device that could test thousands of Enigma settings in mere minutes, a feat that would have taken the borne machine hours. With this breakthrough, the metric system wars began as Turing's borne machine was the first early computer ever built. By setting the wheels of the borne to a suspected code, operators could quickly determine whether they were close to the right solution. If there were no matches, the machine would signal with a light flash. If there were matches, it signaled with a bell. Once the settings were right, the intercepted messages could be read. By the end of the war, Turing's work helped the Allies read over 150,000 German messages, providing valuable intelligence and turning the tide of the war. Turing and his team's efforts remained top secret for many years, and the full extent of their work was not declassified until decades later. Today, we remember the codebreakers of Bletchley Park for their vital contribution to the Allied victory in World War II. Their work played a crucial role in ending the war sooner saving countless lives and shaping the world we live in today. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think you could have done a better job cracking the code than those in Bletchley Park? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to join the metric system war on another front, check out this video where we compare the imperial system to the metric system. Now let's move on to the main event. Imagine the year is 1932 and you race sitting in your office, trying to solve one of the most challenging puzzles of your life. You're part of a team of cryptanalysts working on breaking the infamous Enigma code, used by the German military during World War II. Your job is to decipher encrypted messages that could contain vital information about enemy movements and plans. The stakes are high and the pressure is mounting. You know that every second counts and that the fate of the world could depend on your ability to crack the code. Suddenly, a messenger arrives with an encrypted message from the Germans. The clock starts ticking. You race against time to try to decipher the message before it's too late. The encryption is incredibly complex, involving a series of rotating wheels and mirrors that change the order of the letters in the message. But you're not giving up. With a determined look on your face, you reach for the tools of your trade, a set of pencils and a sheet of paper. No fancy computers or gadgets for you. This is a battle of wits, a war of ideas, and you're armed with nothing but your brain power. Hours turn into days and still you work tirelessly, analyzing the message, looking for patterns and clues that could lead you to the solution. You know that the Enigma code is virtually unbreakable, but you're not about to let that stop you. Finally, after a grueling 3 days, you have a breakthrough. You discover a weakness in the encryption, a tiny flaw that could be the key to unlocking the entire message. With renewed energy, you dive into your work, exploiting the weakness, deciphering the code, and uncovering the secrets it holds. As the sun rises, you look back on the journey, the long nights, the endless cups of coffee, and the constant race against time. But the satisfaction of knowing that you have just cracked the Enigma code is worth every moment. You have won the ultimate battle of wits, and the world is a little safer because of it. While Alan Turing is often credited with cracking the Enigma code, it was really a team effort. Historians say that the success of the code breakers at Bletchley Park was due to the collaborative efforts of thousands of people, including mathematicians, logicians, linguists, and engineers. Together, they used their collective intelligence to outsmart the Germans and turn the tide of the war. One of the unsung heroes of this effort was Gordon Welchman, a brilliant mathematician and cryptographer who played a pivotal role in developing the bomb machine. Welchman's contributions were instrumental in shortening the war by an estimated 2 years and saving countless lives. Yet his work remained classified for decades, and he was only recognized for his contributions in later years. Another notable figure was Joan Clark, one of the few women working at Bletchley Park. Clark was a skilled mathematician and code breaker who helped decipher messages encrypted with the German naval Enigma machine. Her contributions were vital to the Allied victory, and she paved the way for future generations of female mathematicians and scientists. But what did this mean for the average person? For the average person, the metric system wars may seem like a distant historical footnote, but it actually had profound implications for the way we live today. Before the widespread adoption of the metric system, different countries used different units to measure things like weight, distance, and volume. This made it difficult to trade and communicate across borders, and it was a major obstacle to scientific progress. But thanks to the efforts of pioneers like Ada Lovelace and the metric system wars, the metric system eventually won out. And as a result, we can enjoy a more efficient, accurate, and standardized way of measuring the world around us. So next time you reach for a ruler or pour yourself a cup of coffee, take a moment to appreciate the legacy of the metric system wars and the impact it has had on our daily lives. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode and want to support the channel, you can do so by following the links in the description below. We do love to have you on board as we continue to explore the fascinating world of mathematics and its impact on our everyday lives.